I recently traveled to D.C. to discuss the Russia investigation, FISA abuse, and fake news with Congressman Nunes. Take a look. Nice to meet you, Chairman Nunes.
Nice to see you. Welcome to Washington.
How do you think the media has handled this FISA abuse story?
I'm really embarrassed for them, and I'm actually scared for this country in regards to what is going to happen moving forward here, because the way that the media makes their money has totally changed. So now you know, if you work for totally changed operations, if you're not writing left-wing stuff and taking left-wing orders, you're not going to work there very long.
How much time out of your week do you spend dealing with fake news from the media?
Well, I don't spend any time any longer because I don't talk to them. So
you don't talk to the mainstream media at all?
I will not talk to them at all unless it's somebody I know who's going to do, a fair story.
Because you don't trust them?
I don't trust them, and they have. And my goal here is, or the deal that I've made with the mainstream media is, until you retract the fake news stories that you wrote about me, that are totally fake. If you don't retract them, I'm not going to talk to you.
Congressman Schiff has been accused of leaking a lot. Have you found that to be true?
Well, we have over 100 leaks from our committee. We don't know if it's
100?
Over 100 leaks that we believe didn't come from the Republican side, so had to have come from the Democratic side.
From the
but we can't pin it on a particular committee? We can't pin it on a particular member or staff, but there's over 100.
What do you think the consequences could be if the abuse of the FISA court has been determined to have happened? What would the punishments be?
Well, it happened. That's without question. It happened. So there is no debate on that. The question that you have to ask yourself is, was this done on purpose, or was this done, wasn't an accident?
Do you have a feeling there could be a cover-up going on?
Oh, there's definitely a cover-up going on. The question is, by who and for who? Right? I mean, there's a reason why it took the FBI so long to get us the information on what they used the dossier for. Why? They didn't want the American people to know that they used political dirt paid for by the Clinton campaign against the Trump campaign, and to use our counterintelligence capabilities no less.
Do you think the FBI is covering up for themselves or from people higher up in the Democratic Party?
It's hard to know the answer to that question. We're continuing to investigate. Government can't function with massive leaks at the highest level and talking to foreign leaders. And so that, I think, is one of the focuses that you all should be concerned about, because these are high-level leaks. This is an important place, so I want to show you, this is how I know when there's been a leak from our committee.
How's that?
Okay, so we're walking down this hallway.
Okay.
So I'll come from voting, and I'll come walking back down. We're headed towards the House Intelligence Committee.
Okay.
So as we get close to here, right when we round this corner, there'll be usually about a dozen still photographers, cameras, and then I'll be greeted by every single network in the United States of America, and they'll be firing off a question to us that had just leaked from the committee. So you know now there's been no leaks today.
Because it's empty.
Because it's totally empty. There's nobody here. There's nobody down here. Usually if there's a leak, there'll be cameras everywhere here, all down those steps.
So we have the memo about the unmasking. We have the memo about the FISA abuse. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that you're looking into?
So we're working on the State Department, that there's an involvement of Sidney Blumenthal, who was a top advisor of the Clinton campaign. We're going to try to piece all that together. And then we have all of these interviews that have to be conducted of the folks at the FBI as it relates to both of the FISA abuse and the State Department problems.
The Democratic Party is running a campaign of Russia, Russia, Russia. Do you think that's going to get Pelosi the gavel in 2018?
I think it's hard to know right now. They're keeping their base motivated to go and vote. Mm-hmm. And if that stays the case, where their base is motivated to go vote and ours is not, it could be a problem for us. So we have to make sure that our people get out and vote this year.
If Pelosi does get power after the midterms, what does that mean for your investigations?
Well, I would hope that we will have our investigations wrapped up by then, and hopefully people who have, from the executive branch, who have the ability to really do a deep dive on these investigations and the appropriate dives to look and see if there's anything criminal, have now taken that over. Because all we can do is make criminal referrals and refer things to the justice. We have no prosecutorial power.
And that's why people say we need a second special counsel.
That's correct.
Doesn't look like I can go in there.
No, we have to stop you from going in there. That's restricted, especially to media. All of our nation's intelligence reports that are shared with Congress lie in there. If we have somebody who's coming to brief us at a secure level, top secret level, the meetings will be done in here.
If you find out that members on the Democratic side in your committee have leaked intelligence to the mainstream media, what's the punishment for that?
Well, it depends on what's leaked and why. So when I talk about 100 leaks, most of them are leaks of committee business. So it's not going to jeopardize national security. The question is if there are leaks that are of top secret or secret classified information and they're done to harm someone, done to harm the United States, that's a different question.
When people testify in front of your committee, do they testify in there?
They testify behind closed doors in the SCIF without electronic devices. And so that's recorded, and then we can vote to make those transcripts available.
Has Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, the two FBI agents, have they testified in front of the committee?
They're on our list, and they will have to testify.
And that will be behind closed doors?
Yes.
What would you like to ask these FBI agents, Strzok and Page?
I can't get into any of that.
Can I offer?
Nice try, though. That's good. That's a good try.